I just wanted to jump on here and do a live and see what is meant to be shared in this now moment. So, we have this weekend, if you're finding this now, Saturday, Quantum Soul Commands course. So, we're going to talk a little bit about Quantum Interstellar, the medbed book that we wrote. I don't have it right here with me, but I have book two, Quantum Soul Awakens, which also has some of that content that we're going to discover this Saturday. But I want to share with you all, what does it mean for quantum interstellar when we are starting to remember and wake up to the reality that we are creating the reality and that we are this amazing technology as an eternal soul utilizing the gross matter body to work with our aura, or the aura working with the body, streaming through the body. That when we understand that this is an interstellar experience, meaning what seemed like was way out there is actually coming from deep within. What is within is without. And we have to understand that everything that seems so fixed and real outside of us is memorized in the subconscious mind and then projected from us, through us, by us. So, this is a powerful realization. When you really get it that you're projecting everything, even the things that look so fixed, you can start to even have buildings change color. You can have, people literally in midair tell you a yes after telling you no. Everything is not so fixed when you awaken to this interstellar concept. So there's a great movie called Interstellar that's a great, activation for yourself to realize what I'm talking about, that everything seemingly out there, even great outer space, is deeply coming from within. And we start to understand in our dream time and in our meditations and in the waking state that this body is essentially like a school. It's got different floors that are working with different energy centers. And those energy centers are seen as doorways, like you're going up your own cosmic elevator inside your spine. And depending on where you find balance and most of your energy being moved from in the now moment, it's like what doorway you're coming out of. So as I talk to you right now, I can feel two doorways. I can feel my sacral doorway, that second energy center, and I can feel literally like this movement coming from my head. And so that would be gateway 2 and let's say 5. And so the fifth energy center is like this gateway that I'm speaking from. And so I have an ability to recognize that what I'm seeing outside of myself right now is essentially also being projected from these two coordinates of the second energy center, where's my digestive system is at, and then my communication center, the fifth energy center. And so as you learn to balance these energy centers and these gateways, meaning you can be able to navigate what you're thinking and navigate what you're feeling as your reality creating in each now moment. The best place to be when it comes to the feeling aspect is neutrality. To be able to maneuver your emotions so that you really can be at a still point and not getting too excited or too, thrown emotionally in either direction, you then have more steering power to have a reality creation in your favor, or to be fully aware of what's happening in front of you instead of feeling like the outside, are these forces that are uncontrollable and that you're basically at the whim of whatever's going on outside of you. The more you can calm your emotions down and be still and know that, things are fleeting, everything's always changing, that this now moment may be being projected back to you or reflected back to you in a certain way. In an instant, it can change when you master neutrality in your emotions. And then the thinking piece, meaning you have the ability to look at your outer circumstances in that moment and go, wait a minute, this is just an echo of the past. This is a shadow of this, of a thought pattern that I've memorized in my subconscious. and it's a shadow of a thought pattern that I could have just had a thought about. And I could become more stellar in this now moment and think a new thought with a neutral set of feelings attached. And that thought literally blueprints, or I may speak it. Like right now, I could speak a statement that claims the way the reality is going to be, that I'm going to have this, scene in my life right now be a certain way. I may speak it and claim it and command it. And then I may feel neutrality. And at that same point of neutrality, then I turn the emotion up. So then I could steer it, excuse me, to more joyful, blissful experience, knowing that I'm indeed projecting this commanded statement I said out loud or inside myself. I had a thought about it. And then I can match what does it feel like to know that I'm projecting the reality in this certain way or speaking in a certain way, and then feel as if. What does that feel like to think it or speak it or see it behind my eyes or see it in front of me like a mirage? If it feels good, if it's something your reality creation feels good about, then you would turn the dial from neutral up a little bit to joy, to ease, to grace, to satisfaction. And that can literally change what's happening out in front of you instantly. And it will seem very magical when you start to first have these things happen, when you realize, wow, this was not as fixed as I thought. And we can do it. Let's do actually a release system belief. Anywhere you have fixed belief system, false belief system that keeps you from being able to have your reality be more excuse me, more malleable. Anywhere you have fixed points of view around that, just be willing to dissolve, dismantle, and let go of those strong belief systems that are held in your fascia, in your subconscious mind at large, or in the ether in front of us, what we call space, and around us. And what if you now could align into a higher subset of beliefs and reality abilities that says you are able to think something and feel something, so what we call heart mind coherence, and have it instantly materialize and particleize in your favor? What if everything always was in your favor? What if this is a dream that you're in and it all is in your favor, and you simply have to feel and think at the same time congruent, coherent thoughts and feelings, and you start living your best life and ground heaven on earth? What would that be like? Would you be willing to really receive that as a new upgrade? And if so, just say yes. This is your ability, and we're going to go over this Saturday on commands, on the ability of the quantum soul to command in her favor. And the commands can be worked with, like I just said, reality creation, but they also can be worked with for wholeness, for balance, for literal psychic surgery on yourself, for remote viewing, for bilocation, you name it. It's the sky is limitless in your abilities, and it's about finding the places that you've fixed your position with a set of belief systems that's keeping you thinking everything outside of you was so fixed, and these shadows that we find are outside of us were so fixed, and then we were basing our past creating our future by keeping those things cycling and repeating on autopilot in the subconscious mind, on repeat of belief system, by meaning you just have these deep beliefs. Well, that's the way it is. That stop sign's right there. That building's green. And so you just keep recycling that and imprinting that further, stronger, longer, and creating a stronger neural pathway connection to whatever those thoughts are, those beliefs are. And then your thought patterns, especially right when you're waking up, are super important, because those first thoughts you're having, literally is setting up your day. Those first thoughts that you have, in your early childhood is setting up your life. And so these are the places that we want to look at and see, are those thoughts serving you as far as you to be interstellar, realizing that, I am the starlight, I am bright, and all that is outside of me essentially begins from within. My interstellar is the most important. So let me be stellar on the inner with my thoughts and feelings, and let me find those places deep within that need to be uprooted and dissolved, dismantled, and released. And then recoded with a new command. The more we in meditation and quiet times with ourselves can command, meaning your body is a biocomputer and it's looking for commands. So the more we take time and repeat through repetition new commands, or find sacred texts that help you really allow for these new sets of belief systems. Like I'm reading Neville Goddard's works right now, a compilation of 14 books. And, there's just some really great things to really repeat and read again and again and again. And a lot of his work also highlights, some key parts of the New Testament in the Bible. And, that text is also being utilized as a reality creation projection trust that keeps us, the majority of the population aligned to that text. So, you want to find places in that text that work for you and understand it, because you then again can tap into a higher mind and the hive mind and the greater mind, the mass mind, that is believing in the same things that you're programming and really printing into your subconscious mind. The things that are really adopted by mass mind collective that are of the most high and that are really awesome are really powerful to quantum jump and jump start resetting a new belief system, because it's already tapped into the Akashic record in the entire field. And if it's ancient and it's been adopted and really accepted into the hearts of the many souls on the planet, again, it's really easy to tag into those belief systems and have them work in your favor quickly. Okay, the last thing I want to say, I just wanted to make this short and sweet. I'm holding a crystal here. It's selenite. And it's got just this beautiful thumb hole. It was a gift this weekend. Selenite's really great for cleansing the field. I also want to remind you that you can rub it over your energy centers. You can hold it. A crystal that's going to help you lift your frequency when you're doing this reprogramming and commanding really takes you to a higher level faster. So you want to lift your frequency and be in a higher frequency when you are doing any of this reprogramming or looking for things that need to be uprooted. So that can include breath work, holding a crystal, hot and cold baths, so like ice plunges and a sauna, anything that's going to like flush the system, the vascular system, running, exercising, something that's going to get your body in a higher vibration and lightness is key. Even like, wearing white is a higher frequency than a dark black. So increase your frequency when you're doing this work, and you'll find, again, you're gonna quicken your abilities. And one more thing they're reminding me to tell you is the whole brain activation. So when you have, when you're sitting in meditation, I invite you to first ask for your whole brain to activate, to turn back into the Buddha brain. You may even visualize your whole brain going into white, so that you're unifying the left and right hemispheres, and you could command and ask for anywhere you had lost your ability to occupy and activate and unify your brain activity to now cleanse, clear, release all those belief systems and upload a new command that says, when I say whole brain activation, it is so, and may I have a new ability to sustain that whole brain activation for ease and grace in my life, so that I have instant abilities back online. When your brain is whole brain activated and you're doing your commands and any of this interstellar work, you're going to have a larger net. You're going to occupy as a witness and in that neutrality stance of heart and mind. And when you're in that neutrality of the whole brain activation of the mind and neutrality of the feeling of the heart, meaning you're just in deep, reverence and acceptance and witness mode of the work you're doing on yourself, you're going to have a larger net, a larger wholeness field will be accessed and worked on and worked through. So I hope that makes sense. If not, we will go deeper into that on another time. Please leave any questions in the comments and I will get back to them soon. Have an amazing day. Thank you.